Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of my tutorial park. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to build a really simple ride. So, you may have seen at some point one of those rides where you sit on a bull in the center of a stage and you have to hold on to the bull for as long as possible while it rocks back and forth and it spins around. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to make something similar. But you could also, for example, make it one of those supermarket rides where you just have one of those small vehicles where you can throw in a coin and then it swings back and forth several times. More geared to little kids. Anyway, to start off, well, it's really simple. You can also fit this ride in a really small space. So I'm just going to start by building a steeplechase. And I'm just going to build an entrance and an exit. Now I've set them to invisible now. And I'm going to keep them invisible. Now, for this to work, we'll need to have some cheats enabled. Now, I still have them enabled from the previous video. So let me quickly disable them. Okay, what we'll want is the show all operating modes cheat. That may be the only one we need. Okay, here we have horses. Now I'm gonna set it to 1 car. For the operating mode, we'll select berserk mode. Now you can also use intense mode or beginner mode. Not really sure where it is in the list. Over here, yeah. So these are the modes for the top spin, and using one of these modes will make any horse that's on the track rock back and forth several times. Alright, yeah, let's just test the ride now. And you see that the horse will start rocking back and forth on the track. So now we could actually just connect up a queue and connect up the exit, and the ride would actually function. Now there's one thing that this ride will not do, and that's actually calculate its stats. And in order to do that, we'll have to enable a different cheat. I'll select allow arbitrary ride type changes. And we're going to change the ride into a flat ride, like the crooked house. And doing that should immediately make it calculate its stats. It also makes it invisible. That may not be what you want, or maybe it is. Anyway, the ride type I usually change it into after is the lift or elevator if your game is set to American English. And yeah, that will change the ride into a transport ride. So in OpenRCT2 that means that guests will ride it if they happen to bump into the queue line. Regardless of the price that is set for the ride or the stats. The guest will also ignore that. Okay, I will just make the entrance and exit visible again. Now in order to hook a queue up to this entrance, I'm just going to move it a bit. So I'm going to go in the tile inspector, hold Control and click the entrance here. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it here. Now we still have it selected, so I'm going to rotate it and press make usable. So now this will be the entrance that the ride uses. I'm going to hold Control, select the other one, and now I can delete it. And then we can just hook up a queue to this entrance. Okay, I will make the entrance and exit invisible again. I'm just going to decorate this patch around here. Okay, the stats of the ride, they're a little bit on the low side because of, yeah, it's a lift ride and it only has 1 track piece. So I'm just going to go in the Ride Vehicle Editor plugin. I'm just going to select this horse. We're going to press Edit Ride. And if I now freeze the rating calculation, up the multiplier a bit, then we can beef up the stats of this ride a bit. So I guess could get a bit nauseous on it. Yeah, I'd say these rides are pretty intense. and the excitement. I'm not going to make it too high. Basically, the lower it is, the less chance I guess we'll actually have for this ride. So 3.48, probably a good number. Alright, and then I guess we can open up the ride, and the guest should start heading for it pretty soon. Okay, we can now see a guest started queuing up for the ride. There's a mechanic also checking the ride while it is running. Very nice. Well, yeah, that's how to make one of these rodeo rides. It's really simple, and well, I now took a 3x3 space for it, but you should be able to fit it in an even smaller space if you'd like. Now, you can also use other vehicles for a ride like this. I'm just gonna go in the Ride Vehicle Editor plugin again. And for example, let's choose sports cars, for example, if I can find it. Now the guests are in a car that bumps back and forth. You could also use other vehicles. Let's choose mini helicopters. Basically, you could use any vehicle that has sprites for moving up and down hills. Now, I don't recommend choosing rides that have sprites for steep drops. For example, we could use the monster trucks, for example. As you can see, it will start looking pretty glitchy. But this is probably not what you want your ride to look like. Now, if you want your ride to rotate instead of rock back and forth, that's also a possibility. For that, we'll have to do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna close the ride and I'm going to put it in, where is it, bumper car mode. Okay, we're gonna set the time limit a bit higher. Let's say, for that we'll need to unlock operating limits first. And let's put it to 30 seconds. And now let's put it in test mode, and as you can see, the horse is now spinning back and forth. Now, this works best with powered vehicles. So when you've placed the horse, you could, for example, change it into a different kind of vehicle, like a car or a turtle or whatever. As the horse, I believe it slowly loses speed as it's running. But yeah, as you can see, it now does rotate back and forth a little bit. Okay, to finish off the ride, I also added a little operator hut next to the ride. Now, the last thing I want to do in this episode is also, once again, add one of my patrons to the park as an entertainer. Now, I already placed the entertainer here, waving at the riders from behind the glass, so I'm just going to quickly rename him. Okay, Capitana Simpa, thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. It's truly appreciated, and I hope you enjoy your spot here behind the glass. I think it's a really funny little scene. Now, and if you're watching this video, you also would like a spot in the park as an entertainer, you will find a link to my Patreon channel in the video description, and the support is truly appreciated. Alright, that's going to be the end of this tutorial video. Here you can see another version that I did in Imagination Mega Park with a raptor instead of a horse vehicle. Well, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It would really help out my channel. I would love to hear in the comments what you think of this tutorial, and I will see you again in the next video. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.